See this? You see this? Do you see? No, I don't think you see it. Do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this, you stupid motherfucker? Man, oh man, what a good time to be alive. Yo, you know what I'm gonna be talking about. Yo, we all seen it. It's all over the news. It's already been regarded as one of the greatest returns, if not the greatest return in wrestling history. CM Punk made his AEW debut, and boy, that was crazy. Me personally, I've seen it about 3 times in a row. Oh, where are my manners? It's your boy Chaos, and welcome to a new episode of Take It to the Table, hosted by Wrestling Republic. And man, it's as I said, what a great time to be alive. It was for those that for some reason have been living under a rock. CM Punk has debuted. Wrestling's worst kept secret has debuted on AEW Rampage last night as of this recording. And it couldn't have gone any better. It was amazing. In my whole lifetime of watching wrestling, no one has gotten such a raucous, if that's the word, an incredible welcome back into professional wrestling. And I honestly, me personally, I'm gonna put this out right now. I don't think anyone is gonna come close to that. Even if John Cena, Roman Reigns, The Rock, The Undertaker up and left WWE and ended up in AEW, I don't think anyone's gonna be able to top that. We've seen all crazy returns, crazy pops. When The Rock came back in 2011, when John Cena came back at the Royal Rumble when he was number 30. Even when CM Punk came out, when it was Money in the Bank, when he won the WWE title and he ran off, I honestly don't think. I think this blows them all out the water, and it just shows how much love people have for CM Punk, man. And people are saying like, oh, why is CM Punk so special? Like, why is he getting all this hype? It's simply the fact that he was wronged. I think that's what boils it down to. He was wronged, and he didn't go out the way that he deserved to go out. He was burnt out physically, emotionally, mentally, everything, and he just pretty much just left the business. And everyone that's obviously was forced to retire, they had the chance to go and say goodbye to the fans. They went, Edge got a chance to say goodbye. Daniel Bryan got a chance to say goodbye. Ric Flair, Taker, everyone got their chance to say goodbye. CM Punk, being one of the most popular wrestlers at that time, 7 years ago, he never got a chance to say goodbye. He was pretty much ousted. Well, not ousted by the company, but he was with a company that basically made him fall out of love for something that he loved, and he just pretty much he was just burned out. He was done. He never said, let me just take some time off. He was just like, at that time, he was so hurt by the business that he just completely said, screw it. And you gotta really think how major that is for a superstar, or a wrestler, should I say? For just for one company. There's multiple companies that are out there, and for the big juggernaut that WWE is, to make you feel like that, to fall out of love, not just for the company but for the thing that you love. I mean, yeah, you got to really think of on his level, really. And just the fact that he even came out, said that he apologized and everything like that. I'm going a bit too far ahead. So obviously the show started. They didn't waste no time. They knew that this is what everyone was anticipating. They, you know, it's a great call to do it at the beginning, because if they didn't, obviously the whole show will be just mainly CM Punk chants. So there's no point. Like I said, he's pretty much wrestling's worst kept secret. And you know, it was so they brought him out. Considering that, because I was worried, because it was like, obviously this is the big part, this is the big segment, you know, you gotta give him time. So when they did, and it was 20 minutes, I was worried about the other matches, because it's only a 1 hour show. But yeah, he came like soaked it on. You could tell like it meant so much to him. Like, you know, I thought that we couldn't get anything better than Edge's return. This blows it out of the water. That's why another one I should have said, one of the biggest pops ever. This one is just, oh my goodness. And, you know, he came out, said, you know, he put over Britt Baker, which is pretty cool of him. Yeah, everyone was, I've seen people in the comments saying, oh, why does he still have to throw a dig at WWE? But the thing is, he kept it positive for the most part. He wanted people to fully understand. Now that he is clear-headed, level-headed, because when he had that interview with Colt Cabana, he was still hurt. He was like, not just physically, he was hurt by the company, and he was angry at the time. And you know, he just completely had a huge disdain, not just for the company, but for the business as a whole. So he's had time to, you know, recuperate, you know, rejuvenate, and, you know, just feel positive about things and have a different outlook of things, and make sure everyone understands that he did not want to leave. He not for something that, you know, he didn't want to just walk away. He would have loved to have stayed, but he just had to just give it a cold shoulder. And sometimes that's what you got to do in life in order to, you know, to recalibrate. You need to fully step away from something that you are passionate about. If you think that it's taking its toll on you, you got to step away for a while and then recalibrate and see, is this what you really want to do? Is this what you want to, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, he did a great call there. And yeah, he said, you know, back in, he said on his last night of Ring of Honor, he said that's when he left professional wrestling. But now, on this night, I'm back in professional wrestling, and, you know, got a great, crazy pop from that. And, you know, he obviously apologized for obviously, you know, if he feels like he's disappointed anyone. But everyone was just like, what are you on about? We love you, man. We totally get it. You know, do your thing. As long as you're back, that's all that matters. And then, yeah, he had a huge shout out to people. He gave a shout out to like Darby Allin, and that's who he's going to be facing. It's not part-time. We thought it was going to be a part-time thing. Nope, he is pretty much going to be a full-time superstar. Why am I saying superstar? They're not superstars. He's a full-time wrestler in AEW. See, I'm freaking brainwashed by that freaking company. That's how they get you. But yeah, he's full-time. He's going to be there every, like on Wednesdays, on Fridays, and every Saturday, Sunday, depending on what day the pay-per-views are on. And yeah, he's there for the foreseeable future. Obviously, we're going to go into his contract details shortly, as I do have those details here for you. But yeah, man, it was great. The match is set. Darby Allin versus CM Punk at All Out. In Chicago. It is gonna be freaking amazing. Oh my god, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm calling it sick. I'm calling it sick at work. Fuck it. And the show as a whole, it was fine. Obviously, like I said, the show was an hour. CM Punk segment was about over 20 minutes long. And you know, the Jurassic Express versus Private Party was good. Bit slow at the beginning, but it picked up, and they did my finisher. I told you. They listened to me. I don't care. I called it. It's their finisher now. It's a back suplex into a powerbomb. Are you fucking crazy? Come on. Oh my goodness. That was freaking amazing. But yeah, I love it. Jurassic Express. On Dynamite, it is Lucha Bros versus Varsity Blondes. You know that Lucha Bros is gonna. My pick is gonna be Lucha Bros. And yeah, imagine Jurassic Express versus Lucha Bros. Let's make that happen. I want to see that, definitely. Put it in the comments. I'm not sure if they face each other yet, but if they have, I want to see it again. But anyway, ultimately, I want to see the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros in the cage match. Are you silly? And there was another one as well. Private Party did like some crazy Canadian destroyer to Jungle Boy, absolutely killed him. It was an amazing move. But yeah, they have great chemistry, very good match. Then obviously Jade Cargill, being Jade Cargill, took out what was her name, Kiera Hogan, and pretty much in 1 minute, just completely did that dirty big boot, and then did her version of the Glam Slam. I called it the Glam Slam. And then yeah, laid her out. And then obviously the main event was Jon Moxley versus Daniel Garcia, where Jon Moxley wins by Bulldog choke. So that was cool. It was typical Jon Moxley match, really, to be honest. But overall, it was a solid pay-per-view, solid episode, and it was, yeah, I can't fault it. But obviously, everyone's gonna be talking about seeing like SummerSlam won't be able to top this. Who's gonna be talking about SummerSlam? Like, they knew what they were doing, and I said it in my last episode. They did this perfectly because they know that people are going to be having AEW and CM Punk in their minds and be like, shit, when's SummerSlam again? Oh shit, okay, cool. You know what I mean? they did it perfectly. So kudos to them. That's, you know, as much as Vince keeps on saying that, you know, AEW is not competition. If you, as in the words of my mom used to say, if you can't hear, you must feel. So, so yeah, don't worry. They're coming. They're coming. As much as Vince is doing their own thing, fair enough. That's fine. Do your own thing, but do not count out AEW. That is going to be a detriment. I'm telling you. So, but yeah, overall, can't complain. And also, the lucky bastards there at the United Center got freaking free ice cream bars. They didn't wait any time. They just, you just know as soon as I heard, I popped my tits off. So yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, really looking forward to see what they're gonna do with CM Punk, and yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Now, going back to his contract, like I said, is pretty much signed for a full-time deal. So after the show, there was a media scrum. Of course there was, well, along with Tony Khan and CM Punk, and it's obviously everyone was asking, what's the deal? What's the deal with the contract? And then Khan said this: we're going to be doing this for a while. This is exciting. This isn't a short-term thing or a part-time thing. This is like full-time. We're very excited. So yeah, he's definitely being there for for the foreseeable future. Why not make the most of it? And you know, that's how you know that he's not this. It's just not. It's not a money thing. Like, I'm sure, obviously, the money obviously sweetened the deal, but also keep in mind that Khan said that this has been 18 months in the making. So basically, since the beginning of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? We could have easily had this. If the pandemic didn't happen, we could have probably had this last year. Just putting that out there. So this wasn't like a last minute thing, like, like Tony Khan was just throwing in more money. This has been in the making for 18 months. So, and obviously he wanted to wait until we had a full crowd. Like, imagine if this happened in freaking just crickets or just the wrestlers around the wrestling ring. It wouldn't be the same. So, I mean, Tony Khan did the best thing here. Waited until we were able to have full crowds, at full capacity, make them fully enjoy this. And this is a moment. Like how WWE is all about moments. But this is a moment that will live forever in AEW history. No one can take this away from them. Now, I think this is one of the biggest and best acquisitions that AEW can ever ask for. Obviously, you got Daniel Bryan possibly coming. But this, for them to actually bring CM Punk back, and WWE couldn't do that, even if they probably gave him creative control, and the fact that they couldn't even bring him back, you know what I mean? And they have a good track history of bringing wrestlers back, but if they couldn't do that for CM Punk, hey, what else can I say on that? I gotta get a crane. I need to get a crane for this because this ain't moving. Don't worry. I'm slowly upgrading the studio. Don't worry. I'm coming back. I'm coming back with the crane. What a great time to be a wrestling fan. It is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I'm looking so forward to what they're gonna deliver. They got now, like I said, I think I said it in my last episode. Besides maybe Daniel Bryan, AEW doesn't need anymore. They got a deep roster now. It's deep, like balls deep. Like, you know, they got so many options. And, you know, the fact that they are, you know, they somehow, that no one's complaining about not getting enough airtime. No one's complaining about this stuff. Everyone's obviously nitpicking everything else about, you know, who they're signing and how they're doing it. But no one's complaining about people are being misused or mishandled. You know, storylines are just turning into shit. I mean, I'm saying that they're perfect. Don't get me wrong. But there's more complaints. Everyone knows there's way more complaints. Not just a couple, way more complaints about WWE's product and very little about AEW's product. Have you noticed that no one's really done them 10 things AEW wants you to forget about so-and-so, or 10 worst things AEW has happened? Obviously, I know they're fresh and they're kind of still new. But if they were that bad, everyone would be, obviously, that would be more of a vehicle for people to just jump down their throats and saying 10 worst things they've done, 10 things they want you to forget, this. They are on something very good here, very solid. So, yeah. Obviously, I'm happy that CM Punk is back. And yes, it's gonna be crazy. Now, also going back to his contract, there is talks about him obviously going through the forbidden door now, because it seems to be being thrown around a lot now. And so he's possibly looking at, he says his contract also allows him to work on other outside ventures. So he's still going to be working on his commentary with Sia FFC. As well as, he said he might even try his hand out at NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's good. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Why not? So we'll see what happened there. He said he's looking to possibly do that. That is double down. That is one of his current priorities. So he said he might even go back to Impact. He has worked with Impact before, or TNA at the time. So yeah, it's definitely it's good times, definitely. But yeah, great episode of Rampage, best episode to date. I honestly can't wait to what CM Punk is gonna do at Dynamite next Wednesday, and of course September 4th, AEW All Out, CM Punk versus Darby Allin. You know that's gonna be a banger. Obviously my pick is CM Punk. Obviously he has to win. But yeah, man. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Overall rating 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, definitely. Fuck it. Yes, a majority of that 9 goes to CM Punk. Fuck yes. Definitely great episode of Rampage. Shit, what else happened? Oh yeah, Smackdown, Raw. I'm very professional, I promise you. So yeah, Smackdown also happened. That happened before Rampage came on. So yeah, that was obviously the go home show before SummerSlam, which is as of this recording tonight. Yeah, it was okay. It didn't really fully pick up until. All right, so let's just start off with obviously the beginning. Edge came out, came to a crazy pop, very passionate promo. I've never seen him I know he always does in them angry, I never wanted to wait this side up, but now I have. But this one, he was proper, he had that demon action going. It was crazy. Shout out to the Haas twins. Yeah, that was it was really passionate. Never seen that kind of side of it before. But so yeah, that was great. And then it kind of went in a bit of a lull for a while. Obviously Bianca Belair did her thing. But the next best part for me actually was obviously when Seth Rollins came out in an all white suit, the king of drip, the real king of drip. I would love to see a segment between him and Joe Morrison, by the way, just throwing it out there. But yeah, so yeah, Seth came out saying, you already had Edge, he thinks I'm Edge light, that's an absolute joke, all this blah 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 blah. And then I heard the Brood or Gangrel's theme music come on, and I was just like, oh, they got Gangrel, rah, okay. And then it went on a loop, and I was like, okay, so they're just using but even though we all know the best bit is after that little beginning, because that's a banging theme song still to this day, one of my favorites of all time. And then yeah, Edge is gone full demon. You see him with little fangs, little fangs there, and then yeah, he got brooded. Seth Rollins got brooded.
Blood. I'm funny. I'm funny. Blood. I'm funny. I'm funny.
What's that, brood? He got brooded for real, and yeah, absolutely covered. But yeah, it was a great sight, very good segment. And then again, it went on another lull. Then it was the Street Profits versus it's Montez Ford with his. Looks like he just came from boxing and he just jumped into the ring. It was quite it's quite different. But yeah, Otis beats him, and then obviously Bianca Belair with the 2 matches. Whatever. It is what it is. There's a lot of uncertainty between Bianca and Sasha Banks at SummerSlam. No one knows why. They're just saying that it's in limbo, kind of. But so far they haven't said anything regarding what's going on. So we'll see what happens there. And then of course they had to do, in order to keep up with the CM Punk inevitable announcement, they did another face-to-face between Cena and Reigns. This time Reigns got more words in this time. It was still fun. I still prefer the one they did last week, I'm not gonna lie. And you know, Cena was just effortless. You could tell that he was just doing everything off the cuff, and he was just putting in obviously an awesome promo, and he was just like, yeah, beat that motherfucker, beat that. You know what I mean? It was just effortless. Reigns kind of got a couple more digs in, but yeah, I prefer their promo last week. That one was good. And then yeah, the stage is set for SummerSlam, and yeah, the card is looking pretty decent, looking pretty meaty. And yeah, just hope that everyone gets the time that they rightfully deserve on the card, and then he will just take it from there. But yeah, overall that episode, obviously it didn't top, it didn't beat, and it was nowhere close to Rampage. And that's not me being a fanboy, by the way. You just gotta be honest with yourself. Like I can imagine people saying, yeah, it's a fanboy. No, it's not even about that. Just the hype and everything. Like everyone knew that Punk was gonna come back. It was, like I said, wrestling's worst kept secret, but it was Punk. You know what I mean? So I would say I'll give this an overall 6.9. Yeah, give it a 6.9 out of 10. Better than Raw, but both go home shows of before SummerSlam, sorry, should I say, has been very lackluster, very, very lackluster. And when they're trying to regard this as pretty much their biggest, bigger than WrestleMania. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Over the pay-per-view will live up to its hype. But like I said, no one's going to be really talking about SummerSlam. Everyone's still going to be talking about CM Punk. You see me? You see me, my lad? So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Smackdown. Oh, before I forget, snap, yeah. Reigns actually put a stipulation. On his match against Cena, which is basically, obviously he was running him down saying, you think you're better than me? You think you're better? All right, well, we're in Vegas, right? Let's up the stakes. If you win, I leave WWE. Now, even though I definitely knew that my prediction was going to be Reigns to win, him putting that stipulation in really makes it even more obvious that Reigns is going to lose. I mean, Reigns is going to lose? Reigns is going to win. I'm sorry, I'm frazzled right now. But yeah, it is. I didn't really like that stipulation. I was hoping something, obviously, maybe in a steel cage or something, but that kind of stipulation when you know that Reigns ain't gonna go anywhere. And even if he does, it's only gonna be for a couple months. It's gonna be like a Jericho thing where it was, WWE contract or like loser leaves town. But it's Reigns. No one's gonna buy the fact that Reigns is gonna leave. So because of that, it really, really messes it up. But I don't know. That the match could have done well without it. I don't think they needed that kind of stipulation on there to raise the stakes or amp up or hype up the event. It was fine on its own. I was enjoying it. I'm just looking forward to Reigns beating the hell out of Cena, and somehow, obviously, there's going to be close calls. Of course, this is what they're going to be doing. It's going to be a lot of false finishes, but yeah, I don't know why they put that stake there. We'll see what happens, or they might just do a somehow swerve and he does lose. I'm hoping he doesn't, and I hope he doesn't do exactly what. In terms of Cena, I hope he doesn't do that thing where he's jumping the barricade, blowing the kiss, and then we just saw CM Punk or just the night before. Everyone's gonna be thinking, oh, it's a CM Punk thing, and we don't care about CM Punk, we don't care about AEW. Then why the fuck you doing that? You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let me know your thoughts as well. What do you think of the stipulations? What do you think of Rampage? What do you think of Smackdown? Let me know in the comments below for sure. Definitely, I'd love to know your thoughts. But until then, guys, I have been your host, Chaos. This has been Take It to the Table. Also, for all wrestling news, debates, opinions, be sure to check out WrestlingRepublic.com, as well as following them on Instagram at Wrestling Republic. And also, this episode will be on IGTV as well, so be sure to check it out. I have been your host, Chaos, like I said. And until next time, guys, peace.